Where was? Oh, it was this wire. This wire. Was it this one? One of these wires. This one. I'll walk past it. This wire right here was a little bit too long. I didn't have anything to cut it with. I have to cut it later. But you see that wire, how it's turned over? It was touching the metal pins. So basically, every time it showed, right to the ground instead of going all the way through. So now, this bad boy is working. And I'll even test it over here. Hello! Welcome back to my channel. Today is Monday. Monday? Tuesday. Tuesday. I can't remember. I think it's Tuesday, guys. Yeah, Tuesday. Anyways, guys, I've done number play Breath of the Wild for like the last 3 days. For like 3 hours. I think I'm just gonna play Breath of the Wild until I beat it, because that game is huge. I want to do all the shrines, and I want to do all the shrines and most of. I don't think I'm gonna do Quarks, but everything else I'll probably do, and not find everything on the map because that's kind of tedious. But I'm gonna do all the shrines, and yeah, and then I'll do that'll be it, and then we'll end it. I'm just gonna do that until I beat the game, because that game is massive. It's gonna be like 200 hours, probably 300 hours of gameplay. There's just so much stuff to do in that game. It's actually insane. I love Breath of the Wild. Not Breath of the Wild. Tears of the Kingdom. T-O-C. T-O-K. Talk. Yeah, Tears of the Kingdom. There we go. Bro, now I can't even go back to the original game because there's so much more in this game. It's just so much better. Like, if you go back to the original game now, it's just so complicated. Anyways, guys, let's get this intro. We'll come back. Give you a bit. So, bye, guys. Before we start this video, I want to take you guys to subscribe and click the bell. Hey, but you guys. So, bye, guys. I'll show you guys what I went to over the weekend since I wasn't, How bad is it raining? It's not raining that bad. Okay, I will show you guys what I've been up to over the weekend. We harvested some worm castings, which took forever because, well, I did it one way. I did about half. Okay, I did the small box and like 9% of the big one. Probably about 80%, honestly. Dude, there's a giant. What is that bird? That's a big bird. Do you guys see that bird? What is that? That's a big bird. What the heck? Whoa, what kind of bird is that? That's a massive. What the heck? Can I zoom in on it? I don't know what kind of bird that is, but it is massive. What the? Dude, do you guys see that bird? Look how big that bird is. Bro, that thing could eat me alive. Anyways, let me go back to where I was. That camera. Okay. Yeah, it flew away. That bird was massive. What the heck? That was massive. Anyways, I'll harvest some worm casting because we ran out last year, so it wasn't as full anyway, so I'll show you what happened here. So I did, this is how much we got from like the small one and like 80% of the big one. Need to put this somewhere before it actually, yeah. I literally just put the worm casting in here and shuffled it through. It takes forever because our worm casting is very chunky, and I don't know why. But let me show you what it looks like. This is what it looks like. Ba-bam. We got worm casting, guys. There's probably some worms in here. Well, about, I don't know, like 90% of worms in here. I could have got more, but right now we have way more in here. But I'm going to try a different method because that took way too long, too much work. Because I was out here for like 6 hours, and that's all I did. I did that top one on top. The second one and the bottom one, I didn't even touch it because it just took way too long. So in the bottom one and the rest of that top one, I did a different method. I'll tell you that here in a minute. Kind of put it in here so it doesn't. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay, I'll tell you what I did. We did a different method called transmigration. Basically, I took half of it and I bumped it up on the other side, and then I added new bedding and food on one side, nothing on the other side. So in about 2 to 3 weeks, it'll all go to new food and new bedding, and then we just come through and scoop out all the old stuff and then flatten it back out. And boom, you got everything, and it'll be good to go. So that's what I did. And yeah, anyways, also update, we finally got our tester for electric fence. It actually works. The fence was not working, and I'll tell you why. The stupidest thing, this fence is so finicky. If it touches one thing it's not supposed to, it does not work. I'll show you what I mean by that here in a minute. Yeah, so it wasn't working. I even tucked it while it was on, because this thing said it wasn't working. It was getting like no readings at all. But now we're getting 9 volts. Well, actually not 9 volts. We get like anywhere from like 6.5 to 7.8, which is about where it should be. So yeah, but I'll show you how you use this if you never need a tester. But now it's working. I'll show you why it wasn't working beforehand. This fence has never been working. I think this is the first time it's ever been working, because before this, I had issues with it touching the fence, and I fixed that, and I thought that was good, but it was actually touching somewhere else. I'll show you this is the stupidest reason why it wasn't working. Let me show you here, if I get up here. I'm wore out from doing all that yesterday. It took me like 6 hours to do worms like that. Man, it took forever. But yeah, here, I'll show you how this works. Here, we shove this in the ground. Here, now we got stuff, guys. I'll show you why it wasn't working, but here, I'll show you it's working now. You shove this in, well, for fun, for that's on the rocks. Shove that in the ground. And we put this bad boy on, like so. It says 1, bam. 6.9, 7.9, 8.7, this one, I can't really reach it from where it's at. 7 point. So I'm not gonna do the top one. The top one works too. Trust me, I've tested it. But I'll show you why it wasn't working. Beforehand, before we had it, we didn't have these poles in the ground. So it was these poles were not. It was touching on all the corners, and I had to put metal poles in to keep it from touching because the posts were bending. But I put those in. I thought that was it. I thought it was working, but it wasn't because the chicken kept escaping. So I'll show you why it wasn't working. Up here, right up here, right here. I'll show you. Let me get up here. This right here was not working because this little wire. Where'd it go? Where's it at? Oh, I don't even know where it's at now. Where was? Oh, it was this wire. This wire. Was it this one? One of these wires. This one. I'll walk past it. This wire right here was a little bit too long. I didn't have anything to cut it with. I have to cut it later. But you see that wire, how it's turned over? It was touching the metal pins. So basically every time it showed right to the ground instead of going all the way through. So now this bad boy is working. I'll even test it over here. Just again here, look, see? Test. Testy test. I can't test that top one. Unless I got closer on fly, I'm gonna be getting shot. Look, testy, testy. So it's working now. Chickens haven't got out today either, which is good. Because that white chicken was literally walking right through the fence. That one. One of the white ones, I don't know which one it is now. It is a working, boys. It's a working. Oh, I'm gonna show you guys this. We got blueberries. These blueberries we plant are going absolutely nutty. My mulberries are coming out too, finally. Let me check here. These are finally coming out. Look, they got mulberries. Mulberry trees finally coming out. Plum tree isn't doing nothing yet, but it'll come out soon. This tree is kind of out. This plum tree has been weird since we got it. It kind of coming out, and it kind of lost its leaves. It's going to come out again down here on the bottom, which is nice. Like all these limbs didn't have any growth on it last year, which I don't know why. No grapes yet either. They're not doing anything yet, but I think it's going to come out soon. You can see little things on it, but yeah. Oh, anyways, blueberries. We got blueberries. Look at this. Let me show you. We got little blueberries. See them? Little blueberries. We got blueberries there. There. We got blueberries on both of those actually. These things are going crazy too. These are gold raspberries, or sweeter than regular raspberries, which is awesome. We got blueberries on this one. Gold raspberry. Cherry tree, I don't know what happened to this. It's looking awkward. It lost its leaves because it got cold, I think. But yeah, everything else looks good. Oh, here's our pawpaw tree. It's gonna come out again. It's got a little thing coming out the side of it. There's one pawpaw. Here's the other one. It had leaves on it, and I put it out a little bit early, and the frost got to it, so it should be fine though. Oh, our Juneberry tree, it's kind of awkward too, but it should come back out, I think. I don't know if it's gonna come out or not. It might. The frost got this one too, which is understandable. Anyways, we had a really late frost this year. Well, not a late frost, but usually the frost, yeah, look at this. We got a fig tree up here, which is doing pretty good actually. It's growing back out, see? Got a leaf coming on. We got a leaf there. It had a bunch of leaves on, but the frost kind of got to it. They should come back. Theoretically, this one's coming out too, kind of. Bam. Okay. There's my little... Oh, I forgot to show you guys all our strawberries. I planted a bunch of strawberries the other day. Look at this. Oh, I got to show you one more thing too. We got a bunch of plants because none of my plants came up. Anyways, look at this. We got strawberries. This needs weed again bad. We got strawberry. We got a thing there. We got strawberries on there. We got strawberries all over the place. I need to pull the weeds out here. I'll pull the weeds out here, and then like 2 days later, grass is coming right back up through. I don't get it. It's kind of insane how hard the grass is to keep out of that. But I'm gonna weed that here. Not today because it's raining. Probably tomorrow. I don't know about tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm gonna plant plants because I got a bunch of plants now. I gotta plant plants. Okay. One more thing I want to show you guys, and then I'll get off here. I like this thing, by the way. Dude, that bird's back. What is that bird? Bruh. That is the biggest bird I've ever seen in my life. What is that bird? Holy moly. Guys, what is that bird? It's eating something in the road. That is the biggest bird I've... There's two big birds now. I think those are buzzards. Yeah, those are buzzards eating something in the road. Hope a cat didn't get ran over. Yeah, crap. Should I go check on it? I don't know. I hope a cat didn't get ran over. Anyways, one more thing I want to show you guys. I'm looking at the giant birds down the road. By the way, I cage it out here because we keep the chickens out here during the day when it's not raining. They should have gotten rain anyways, but yeah, they'll be fine. This is what I want to show you. We got tons of plants. My dad just dumped out a bunch of plants because none of my seeds came up, which we could actually probably still replant them. But here, these are sweet potato slips, which I've never seen sweet potatoes like this. like this. Usually just come in slips wrapped up in like paper. These are pepper. This is Swiss chard. We got 3 plants. We got cabbages. I got a bunch of cabbages in the house. We got kale. We got broccoli, which does not look happy. Got a bunch of tomatoes. Another pepper, another kale. Oh, my mom bought another rose, which rose is I'm gonna put right over there on that, right there by that pole. And we also got butterfly bush coming, so I'm gonna put them around there too. Yeah, that should be, because that way we can see the rose bush out here every morning or all day, you know? Because my mom wants to be able to see it. I've never seen sweet potatoes like this before. Oh, and we also got another flower. This thing is a vining flower, so I don't know where to put that either. Probably out here in the garden somewhere. Anyways, I guess I'll talk to you guys in a few minutes. So, hi guys, I'm back. So, this is kind of a update in the farm / review of Breath of the Wild. He's calling Breath of the Wild. Tears of the Kingdom, dude. Tears of the Kingdom blows Breath of the Wild out of water. Breath of the Wild changed the game, and this game changed even more because this, I think, you can understand why it took 6 years to make. Honestly, they reused the same map, which isn't that big a deal. There's so much more stuff too, because there's a whole underground area. They literally made 2 new maps. They made a Sky Island map, an underground map, and then they changed a lot of the base map. It's basically the same geography, but they changed some stuff around a little bit. There's all new towers. There's all new shrines. The shrines are completely different, which is a lot of work also. But the main thing is the building mechanic. You can build whatever your imagination tells you to build. If you can build it, if you can dream it, you can build it. Like, go have at it. Like, there's people making, like, mechazoids, giant flying machines, all kinds of craziness. And this, dude, this is just beginning. In, like, 3 years, like, if you could look back and look at Breath of the Wild, the basic stuff you had in that, you could literally just, like, they made flying machines in that game, and you wasn't even supposed to. This game, you can push it to the absolute limit. Anything you can think of, they have built it. It's kind of like Minecraft / Mario Maker. Those games, you can do anything you want in it. And this game is really going to push the limits of that creativity. This game's going to be around for years. Like, honestly, the only thing people are complaining about, I haven't had these issues, but people are complaining that their Switch is lagging a little bit. I don't know why mine's not. Apparently, whenever you have the Ultra handout, it lags down to, like, maybe sometimes, like, 15. That's more of a Switch issue than the game. But, man, if they come out with a new console and they put this on it, which they probably will in, like, a year or two, honestly, because the Switch is getting super old, and there's all the rumors going around they're going to make it anyways. But they come out with, like, a Switch 2. I hope it's a Switch 2, not something stupid like the Wii U or something like that. I mean, the Wii U is actually a pretty good console. It's just the third-party support was really bad on it because no one understood how to make stuff with the second controller, like the big screen pad thing. And it was very underpowered, like, very, very... It was basically... If you didn't know this, they used the game... Like, the N64 was basically the GameCube, and the GameCube was basically the Wii. Okay. I think the GameCube basically was a Wii with a disc drive. Seriously, and they overclocked it. And then the Wii U is just basically an overclocked Wii, which is insane to think about. The first time they actually changed their console was the Switch, which is awesome. Switch is my favorite console ever. There's so many great games on. You got Mario Maker, you got Smash Brothers, you got Odyssey, you got Breath of the Wild, now you got Tears of the Kingdom, which is absolutely amazing games. But yeah. Bro, you can do so much stuff in Tears of the Kingdom. I've been playing that game 3, 6, 9, like 12 hours? Probably a good, like, 12 hours. Maybe 15. But I have barely scratched the surface. Like, there's going to be 100+ hours of this game. Especially if you do, like, everything. If you want 100% complete this game, you might go in there for 500 hours. It's going to be a 500, like, there's, like, 900 Koroks, I think. Again, and they're all over the different places. There's, like, I think there's, the last game had 120 shrines. I think this game has 156 as of now, and there's people still finding more. So, yeah, there might be 200 shrines, honestly, which is absolutely insane. I haven't even found a Master Sword yet, or anything. I don't even know if there's Master Swords even in the game. I know it's in the game because you can get it, but it's, like, broken. I haven't even done any of the Divine Beasts yet. I've done nothing. This game is insanely amazing, and you can go anywhere you want as soon as you do, like, the main, like, dude, just doing the tutorial took me 4 hours. I'm dead serious. Like, the whole first area took me 4 hours to do, which is actually insane. 4 hours just to do a tutorial, which is insane. Like, the whole, like, it's not really a tutorial, it's actually gameplay. In the beginning, it's kind of slow, honestly, because the last game you did, like, you literally walked up the shrine, and you talk to the old guy, you get the glider, and you're good to go. You do, like, 4 shrines, which are super easy, and it's, like, maybe an hour, 2, max. This one, the tutorial, was a bit more long, which I understand why, because you can do a lot of stuff. They want to show you, like, you can build anything you want. You can make, like, hinges. There's also a bunch of enemies in this game. I found, like, flying enemies now, which is awesome. I don't think there was in the first game. There's, there's monkeys in caves. There's a giant 3-headed fire-breathing dragon, which I have no idea what that is. There's the giant mob goblin things now, which are like mini bosses, and then there's like the original big bosses from the original game. And also they have a freaking the stone monster. I forget they're called. The stone monsters. They can literally pick up like a whole city of monsters on them, which makes it even harder, which is insane to think about. And also you can fuse items, any item you want together to anything. It's like you can literally take a minecart, shoot it to a fuse it to a shield, and you can skateboard anywhere. Like, what? You can literally fuse a hoe to a shield for some reason. Don't ask me why. I did that. And you can literally fuse rocks to your swords. It's insane. Anything you can think of in this game, you can do it. People built, like, mechazoids, like, robots you can drive around in. It's actually insane. You can steer stuff. It's actually very insane. This game blew my mind. There's still so much more to it, which is why I think I'm just going to play this game until I beat it. And by beating, I mean do every shrine, and then do, like, all the divine beasts, and then beat Ganon, or whoever the main enemy is. I don't know who the main enemy is in this game. They haven't really said it was Ganondorf yet. But I think it probably is, because it always is, you know? Or even, like, I don't know anything going on yet. It's basically the same story as the first game. Oh, you have to find Zelda, but this time she's not held up in a castle. And there's no divine beast yet. I think there probably is. You have to go to the 4 cities again. The 4 main places, and there's probably places there. But, yeah. Anyways, guys, this game is massive. And people are even, like, criticizing it. Like, other developers like, oh, man, this game's amazing. How'd you do this? It's a masterpiece. Because developers like, how could you make a game like this? There's no way. The physics in this game are off the charts. Like, you can do anything you want in this game. It's absolutely, positively amazing, guys. It blows me away. Even compared to the first game, blows me away. Like, I didn't think... A lot of people thought this was going to be like a slapdash, like most AAA games. Like, oh, well, the sequel, just use the same map, add a little bit of mechanics, boom, there you go. They could have did that and released this game probably in like 3 years. But they went beyond and overboard on this game, and they did phenomenal jobs. Like, anybody that says this game is not a sequel or just a DLC is completely wrong. There's so much stuff to... I haven't even explored the underground. Like, the whole underground area, you gotta, like, throw, like, light bombs, light flowers, to find the whole area. Is the entire map underground. Like, and there's a whole cave system of caves everywhere on the map, which is also insane. They added so much stuff. It's not even funny. I'm probably put like 200, 300, maybe even 500 hours into this game. You honestly could. The more you explore, the more you find, and there's always something you can do. It's insane. Anyway, guys, enough about me fangirling over this game, but it's absolutely amazing. It's definitely worth the $70. It's actually worth it's worth the $70 that I got it for, because I didn't pre-order it. If you pre-order, you could get it for $60, but they changed it to $70 because everyone else started selling games for $70, which I understand. Inflation, you know, that happened. But, anyways, guys, I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. So, hi, guys, I'm back in the vlog. Did a lot today, mostly fangirled about Tears of the Kingdom. I keep on calling it Tears of the Kingdom, and talked about Garden Update, Worm Castings, that sort of stuff. But, anyways, guys, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. So we'll roll the outro. Whoop. Oh, one more thing before we go. We got a new dryer, because our old dryer kept breaking down, and it kept blowing fuses on, so I don't know what's wrong with it. We got a new dryer. It's actually newer and a better brand. It's, what is it? It's, Maytag or Whirlpool. One of the two. It's a better name brand dryer, which is awesome. The other one's like an off-brand dryer, but this one, so much better. It's actually newer. It works amazing. It's used, obviously, but it was actually super cheap. And we got it and put it in on one day. It was nice. Anyway, guys, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. So, well, guys, if you made this far in the video, I really appreciate it. If you want to watch more, click here, subscribe, download, do whatever you want. And if you made this far in the video, tell me your favorite part of Tears of the Kingdom. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. So,